Hey folks, how are you? I am Corey Cooper with my co-host Maureen Elward. We're coming at you live from Cafe Cecilia for the very first episode of what will be, hopefully, a long, ongoing series of fun talk shows as we visit different venues in and around Cape Ann. Like I said, today we're down at 40 Main Street in Gloucester, Cafe Cecilia in the historic West End. Later on, we will be joined by our first guest, the Madam Mayor herself, Sabathia Romeo Taken, and by Cafe Sicilian regular Paul Coltrera. So we're really excited to do this for you. For the first time, we are broadcasting right now live on Channel 12 through 1623 Studios, as well as 1623 Studios Facebook page and the Bridge Cape Ann's Facebook page. So a simulcast like that in this area, this is a first, so we're really proud to be a part of it and to share that with you. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to my co-host for the show, Maureen Elward.
Thanks, Corey.
Good morning.
It's going to be a really wonderful thing to do together.
This is exciting, yeah.
I think one of the best things is getting out in the community and people learning more about 1623 Studios.
Yeah.
The fact that there is a television program and a television studio like us.
Right.
And we're online. We're also broadcasting on Facebook right now.
Yeah.
So it'll be a fun-hearted, light-hearted poke at ourselves and checking out familiar places and familiar faces. So.
Absolutely.
Great.
So really looking forward to this. We really appreciate you sticking with us for this. So feel free to comment. Let us know how the broadcast is on your end, and we'll be learning a lot along the way. But we can't wait to share all these cool stories with you. Share the people and the places that make Cape Ann so unique and beautiful. So
we have quite a crowd here today.
We do. We have a great crowd.
We have a great crowd. Thanks to everybody for coming down.
My mom and dad are behind me too.
Yeah, Corey brought his parents.
Yeah, we're used to doing the Facebook Live thing, but usually it's just like me with an iPhone doing this. We have an awesome crew and staff here.
Yeah.
So this is the best part about 1623 Studios, and the future looks bright. So let's go.
Right.
Let's fire away.
So our first guest is Eric Archer, who's the executive director of 1623 Studios. He's going to sit with us for a while and just talk about the changes at the studio, what we're doing new, and being out in the community. Eric, come on out here.
Yeah, come on in. This is the big boss.
Eric is actually one of our cameramen today, too.
Yeah.
Put this down.
Yeah, settle down. So what's cool about this is you're actually looking at, it's a legit talk show with TV production. So we're switching with multiple cameras, we're all mic'd up. It's not just, like I said, one guy running around with his iPhone doing something live on Facebook. It's a legitimate television show we can broadcast simultaneously through social media and through cable TV. So, and this is one of the guys that helped us put this all together.
That's right.
Yeah,
Hello,
good
Eric.
to see you.
This is fun to be on camera.
Yeah, I'm going to go quick and dirty with this.
Yeah, so we ought to say, so Maureen and I are new additions to 1623.
Yeah, that's our big announcement
Yeah.
for the day, right?
Yeah, so this is our debut,
Yeah.
our joint debut.
Super
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
Super exciting.
Very
So
cool.
Eric, tell us what you've been up to at the station.
I mean, aside from hiring 2 killer producers,
Yeah.
So lucky.
we are. We definitely are. It's big news today to be announcing that you guys have come on board. It's a really exciting development that I've been talking to you individually about for years, literally. Right?
It's true.
So the opportunity to finally combine forces and start to generate original content is super exciting. We had a lean period there for a period of years where, budget constraints kept us from producing a whole lot of original content. But ever since our new negotiation with Comcast, we've got a little more resources to do some hiring and some expansion of our content offerings. So we've got all kinds of new things in development, as you guys know, from live content to short form, heavily produced stuff, trying to really get out there and provide a lot more value for the community and do our best to raise awareness on all kinds of issues.
Yeah.
We really made a huge difference in the switch from Cape Ann TV to the new branding of 1623 Studios, and just changed the whole face of what the station has been for a long time. What was involved in that for you? Like, what was your vision originally?
Well, there's a stigma attached to the old model of cable access. It was sort of the Wayne's World idea of cable access, and we fit into that for a while, like they all did, and it was just time to shake that off and have a fresh new image that I think represents the future of community media. And so, we wanted a sense of place and history with a fresh take on it, and we went through that process, which was a lengthy process and involved a lot of community input, and used Patrick Mitchell, who's a phenomenal designer to help us with that, and we're very proud and excited about the new look and feel.
Yeah. What's been awesome about being part of the 1623 team is, and we all speak the same language. We all want to better connect with the community online and offline, and to see the potential of where we can go together. It's pretty amazing. So like I've told people, like it's a dream scenario for me. It's been awesome just getting to know the two of you and the whole staff and crew back at up at Blackburn Center better. And I mean, like I said, the future's bright, and I can't wait to just really delve into all the stories. I mean, all the great things we need to share, and just do it in a more efficient and modern way.
Yeah, for me, it's been using the platform of shows like Cape Ann Report and our other new programs that are coming, the productions that we're working on right now, to highlight issues in the community that are of relevance to the community. And I think, it cuts across all different lines that are, health, public health, other community issues that are important for us to shine a light on. And I feel like we can do that well, not only with the broadcast and live broadcast, but also with our new production capabilities and the folks that we know. So there are so many stories. I don't think we'd ever be able to get to all of them here, but it's never ending.
Oh yeah, well you see, it's just the characters here today at Cafe Cecilia. I mean, we could spend a month here, right? So,
we could.
And that's the cool thing about what this series will be is, we're going to pop around to different restaurants, museums, churches all throughout Cape Ann, and sharing those local faces and places with everybody. So, just really, really happy to be a part of this. So
it's super exciting. I've said it's a dream job for years now, so it's nice to hear someone echo that.
Yeah, me too. Me too, for sure.
All right, are we ready now for the hurricane herself?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Eric.
for having me on.
Yeah, have a pleasure. So,
Love it.
And folks, if you're just tuning in, you are watching our first live talk show through 1623 Studios. We are on Channel 12 right now, if you're watching cable from home. Also Facebook on 1623 Studios page and the Bridge Cape Bands page. I am Corey Kukru, joined by Maureen Aylward, my co-host. We have a tentative title for the show, but I think as we start to watch these, we're going to ask you for your help into naming this, because you'll probably it's always good to have outside eyes looking in, so you get to steer the ship a little bit, and we want to have that engagement back and forth with you as well. So thanks for joining us. I want to mention a big shout out to our host today at Cafe Cecilia. They've been awesome. They're getting ready for St. Joseph's Day preparation. And
this is the most amazing thing ever.
This is guest number one. Please say hello to the mayor.
Hi, everyone.
Kathy Romeo Taken. Thank you so much
joining
for being here.
Oh my God, this is heaven.
And now this.
I have to tell you the whole story about this.
Yeah.
Every year for Lent, I'm Catholic, and every year for Lent I give up sweets and chocolate, and then I do good deeds. And every day I do a new good deed for 40 days. Well, because this is my favorite time of year, St. Joseph. Truthfully, I like it better than St. Peter's, and I'll tell you why in a second. It's because, and this is called the Zeppeli, which is supposed to be like this big, and I can't have it until like Easter, and every year she'll make me one specially, and it gets bigger and bigger. Happy birthday to me! Isn't this wonderful?
So now, Maria, this is the first cake like this size Zeppeli you've done?
Ever. No one's ever done one.
Made it into a cake version.
Oh, look
This
at
is
that!
incredible.
This is beautiful.
Excuse me.
Thank you so much.
This is beautiful.
It's really, so what goes into making,
Love.
Of course.
Lots of love.
What's special about this?
It's a traditional thing that they serve for St. Joseph.
It's a cream puff. It's like a cream puff, and inside you'll have your yellow pudding, your ricotta, and she makes it with love. So get out here.
Love, and we put cherries in it, like a cherry filling, and there's ricotta chocolate chips. Normally it's either you can get them with either the yellow cream and the cherries,
Yes.
or the ricotta and the cherries, but this time it's all together, all in one,
Yeah.
and it's there.
And it's mine, all mine.
It looks beautiful.
No, this will be mine for Easter.
Yeah, that's Maria Cracciolo. Thank you for having us,
Thank
Maria,
you.
so much.
The
So you-
traditions in Gloucester, it's amazing that what we have, and thank you to the community, because the community embraces everyone's different religions and different times, which is so welcome in Gloucester. I am so proud to be the mayor, because it's just all about community, embracing, and celebrating each other and respecting each other's religion, which is great. And this time of year, it's St. Joseph. St. Joseph actually kicks it off before St. Peter, because you got St. Joseph, St. Anthony, St. Peter. Now, how it started off in St. Joseph was years and years ago. St. Joseph, as we know, if people who do know, who don't know, he was the stepfather of Jesus, who believe in Jesus. And So he's a worker. He was a carpenter. So when back in after World War II, there was famine, and especially for Italians, there was no jobs, and you went no Irish or Italians need apply. And they prayed and prayed, and they started to do an altar. Please, you're a worker. Could you please help us find a job? We will honor you, and we will do that. And so they did. So now what happens is, the night before St. Joseph, which every year it's March 19th, it doesn't matter what day it is, it's March 19th, and the night before, I've been doing this since I was 5 years old. We go around to the altars in Gloucester. Now, everyone either is wanting something because they need something, they might have cancer, they might just the prayers, or they're thanking for the prayers or the miracles that happen in their lives. So we have 21 in Gloucester. We used to have more. We have 21 in Gloucester. I used to take a trolley, and we used to have the trolley from Cater, and we'd have about there's only allowed 65, but 85 people on the trolley. And we'd go around to all these altars. And when you go, and I still do it this year, but what I do now is because I'm mayor, I can't put the city at risk of lawsuits or anything else. So I just tell people you're more than welcome to follow me. So it's your own car, your own vehicle, and you're more than welcome. So I have a list of where we're going to go, the houses, and I usually keep it to 10. And so we'll start off on Washington Street to the Fontanas, and we'll go to the Scolas on Exchange Street, the Chalinos, and Margaret Representative Ferranti. So they all have all these things in their altars, different things. There is no one altar the same. It's like a snowflake. It's just amazing.
Right.
And it's just different women, and you'll have your American Italian, Italians, but they all learn the songs, and you cannot learn it in Italy. They do it, in Italy they have this, and I can show you tons of videos, but they just started again. We've never stopped it. I mean, I have relatives that live across that bridge, and they'll go for the zeppoli, and they'll go for the spaghetti. And when we were younger, we called it wallpaper paste because it was really thick. And now they're starting to make it different. And matter of fact, you're more than welcome to join us because after I leave here, we're going to go make some homemade spaghetti if you'd like to come join us. And it's open house. So the night before, everyone goes and they give you an orange, a bread, and a lemon in a bag. And what does that stand for? The bread, so you may never go hungry again. An orange, so you'll have a sweet future. And a lemon is never forget your bitter past. Because if you got your wish, you are working, don't forget to help the people that are behind you. Right. Never forget your bitter past. And that's a reminder for everyone every year is, you know what, we may be successful, but don't forget where you started from. You one day had famine, you one day want a sweet future, but don't forget your bitter past. So you can actually help people. And that's how it goes. And that's my best part. Seeing the women still praying and the tradition going on younger and younger, it's just amazing. And like Sunday, Ann Margaret, because she's a state representative, it's hard because they're in-house, they're doing things. And so she can't celebrate it the day of St. Joseph. So she wants to make sure everyone has that feast. Because it's San Giuseppe comitao alle poveri ufanelli, ad aula preparata o mangiate viginelli, which means St. Joseph set the table for all and open your doors to all the orphans. Some of the homes in Gloucester, like where I'm going to go make the pasta, on that Tuesday, they open the day to orphans. We don't have orphans, thank you, but we do have homeless. So we open the houses to homeless people and they come. The night before, she brings all the children because you're supposed to have the children. In Viginelli, you're supposed to have the children. So she invites all the children in the neighborhood, whoever wants to come to her house, and the priest does a blessing and she gives them treats. The next day, like I said, it's St. Joseph on Tuesday, and we open the doors for homeless people first, because that's what you're supposed to do. You don't forget. And they come in, and every year they come back, and every year, we open the door and they say, can I bring a friend, or can I bring this? And some, we give them just a bag to go because they just don't want to put that foot through yet. And that's okay. That's okay. It's what you want. Years and years ago, the Lombardo family who started in Gloucester, actually, you'd have to go to 3 houses and knock on the door for all the ones who are listening. You have to go 3 doors. No, there's no room at the inn. No, there's no room at the inn. And at the 3rd one, you'd have a whole feast. But you couldn't eat unless there was people that were homeless or children off that back then. And years ago when it first started, there was orphanages, and you'd have to feed the orphanage children first.
Interesting.
And that's the song. And the song's in Sicilian that you can't even get it anymore. Some of the songs that they have, when I was telling my Italian cousins, they're going, I have no idea what you're saying. So I record it, and I have it recorded on my phone, and they have to keep going over and over because they don't understand it because it's totally Sicilian. And it's the some of it I'm going like, Ma, what is this? Sant'Antonino, Guanera Nigaredo. I said, that's not even words. And they said, it is to us. And the funny thing about it is, most of the women who sang these songs didn't know how to read or write, but they remember the song. And because I didn't know, and now I found out, is because one lady had her book upside down, and I'm looking, they're going, she doesn't read or write. I says,
right.
what? I says, what do you mean? She doesn't read and write. She never learned. She was, I went, okay, I'm not questioning. I'm just surprised because she's a head singer. And they go, well, yeah, well, how about you? Do you remember them? It's like, it's
Right.
repetition.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
all these years. So it's just amazing. I love it. Ken, Ward 2 counselor, is going to come tonight at a feast that they're doing. And so he'll be able to see his first time. And he's more than welcome to
I
come
told him
and
to bring
make the
earplugs,
pasta.
all
Yeah.
right.
Oh, that one, yeah, bring earplugs. That's I think one of a huge one. That's like can probably be about 50, 60 people tonight. I go to a smaller one because she's my Kumari, and Mariela is having difficult times in her life, and she thanks God every day. Her son was supposed to lose his eye completely, and she prayed and prayed and prayed, and he has perfect vision in that eye. So whether you believe or not, she did, and that's great. And she had some other troubled times. We all had troubled times. My brother, I'm praying good and hard. I get emotional, lung cancer, and we're just praying for everyone who has cancer and dealing with it. We're losing a lot of friends this week. We know them in
Right.
hospice, and we're breathing. And I sent them all little St. Joseph in the text and telling them, we're praying for you. And it's just amazing. And every house that I go to, if you ask, you put the person's, get a little piece of paper like that, put your wish on it or your prayer, and you put it there. And each house, they'll say a prayer for that person. It's just amazing.
That's lovely.
You go to the Marino House on Williams Court. Now, when you walk in that house, that
I know
room.
that house well.
Yes. You walk in that house, and there's 50 women.
Yeah.
And they actually look forward to my group that comes because we do the old Sicilian songs and say this one and bring a new one and bring a new song. And so what it is because they have the old-fashioned songs. I bring them new songs every year. And we'll sing to it, and they love it, and it's just music to our ears. It's just the work that goes into it. Now, for a lot of people who don't like the konza, we call it the konza, the wallpaper paste, they're going, I can't take that. It's a ritual now. The pan, I kid you not, is from here. So I have like a wooden spoon that's like this big going like this, and it's amazing. And then it is cauliflower, broccoli, chickpeas, kidney beans, cavallini beans, lentils, the fennel, fava beans. Now, you have to cook each one separately, and then you put it in this humongous pot. Then the spaghetti separate. And so we'd also make it with the zugu, for anyone who wants to call it something different. We don't allow in it, but
Yeah.
zugu, or red sauce, for the children who just don't want that.
It's an acquired taste.
Well, you know what? It's getting better and better in some houses because they add their own little uniqueness to it, and some don't add all of it, but they add just the cauliflower, the main greens. You have to have the chickpeas and the fava beans, or it's not St. Joseph.
yeah.
But what's happening is that, as the younger generation is actually improving, it's not so thick anymore. It's just the fact that they all prepare ahead of time. They prepare for the 9 days of the novena. The 100 pounds of spaghetti that they make, and the old-fashioned way, because you get the Sicilian women, they don't want machines. I'm better than a machine, they say. I do it with love. I don't have you kids get it easy, and then she'll show us how to do it. And when they roll it up, and I actually put it on my Facebook, they roll it up. They get this big thing, very, very thin, and they're rolling it with all their heart, rolling it out very, 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 very thin, and then you roll it up, like you got like a rolled up piece of paper, and then you top it. And she's like a machine. And I'm going like, wow. And she goes, huh. She loves the gratitude. But hearing these stories, I love it because I get to spend all day with them, listening to the stories when they started theirs, listening to the stories why they did it. And it's like, to me, it's like better than any educational programs you can have. There's no documentaries of this. There's nothing around the city to listen to the stories and while they're still alive, because some of them's 86 years old. Maria's 86 years old, and she wants to make sure she goes to all the altars. And what she does, Maria Malafoi, she next week will make it in herself, all by herself at home, and bring it to the senior center so they all can try it. They
That's
wait for her.
amazing.
Yeah, and you know what? We have amazing people here, and it's about feeding people.
Right.
Yeah, that's why if you go to my parents' house now, you'll just see the Baista
Yeah.
drying out all over all the furniture.
Yeah.
2 or 3 different rooms.
Hey.
That's what I grew up with. you
Well,
know?
yeah. Well, every clothes basket you didn't have clothes in. You had pasta hanging.
Yeah, right.
Every back of a chair, every bed had a tablecloth with all the pasta on it. It was really, and that's what we're doing today. Is she says, "Father, I couldn't get this, but I have this. I got the 2x4s. I got this. We have all set." And well, her father had to leave for 4 days because she took over his whole bottom apartment. All pasta is going to be all over, and anyone can come. We're at 1 Maple Street. You're more than welcome to come. It is open house. I'll be there, and it's just amazing because. Now she is inviting people that she goes to the YMCA. She does in the morning. She has gym classes or swimming classes, and they said we'd like to see it. So they're all going to be there for the first time. And you know what? Like I said, our community is so unique. On the ferry, we've had a lot of Jewish families come with us because they want to see what our culture is about and what it is. You don't have to believe what we believe in. They just astonished of what we believe in and the details and the length that you have to go to do all this because it's a procedure of every day of doing something. And it's just like I said, I just love this time of year. Don't get me wrong, I love the St. Peter's. It's great for, tourism, But this is us.
This is special too.
This is a special
This
celebration
is really, this is
the heart of
This is the heart. This
really.
starts it off. This is our faith. This is every altar has their own tears. And everyone is most. I mean, I went to Sister Felicia's. I've never seen such an altar. It's, I think, 15 feet high, 18 feet wide. She wanted to do one like a village. Well, the one that was in the village was outside. She put it inside, and
I saw pictures of that. It was
it's
really
just like
remarkable.
wow.
All those
And then-
beautiful little breads she made.
yeah,
that
and
are
she has
similar.
a table of for people who want to get better or have something in their heart that they desire, and then she has people who passed, and so that's good. But if you look at these little
Yeah,
breads,
little breads.
these little breads from now on will never get old or moldy. And I'm going to tell you a trick. If those of you who are going to come with me on the night of the eve, and you get a St. Joseph roll, some are made, some come from Virgilio's, come from Scalafani, some come from here, don't eat it. Leave it on your counter. Watch it. It does not get moldy. It gets hard, and it never changes. And they say if you have something in your heart, or if you have something that's worrying you in your mind that you need some help, break a little piece and say a prayer and watch what happens.
That's beautiful.
And all during the fishermen, when they used to do that, they heard hurricanes were coming and the wind, you would see all the Italian ladies outside with their bread and doing this chanting and this prayer. Please, let our fishermen come home to safety. Please let the winds go away. And we swear that when they did that, you ever see these beautiful rainbows? They told us it was them. And we all believe that after they did all this enchantment, that the rainbow was coming. I don't know if
who's
they...
to say that it's not,
You know what?
right? Who's to
Hey,
say
I
that it's
have
not?
wonderful members. So every time I see a rainbow, some people say there's, a lucky charm at the end. It could be an Irish, it could be whatever else. But
Well,
I'm
St.
thinking
Patrick's
of,
Day is on Sunday.
That's right.
We're pretty close together, the Italian and the Irish.
Well, we're saying San Patricio, he's Italian anyway, so we don't care. So that's what they're all saying. There's a
That's
joke
right.
around St. Patrick's Italian, so wherever you go, you're going to be one.
Right.
Wherever you go in
Yeah,
Gloucester,
you're
you're
welcome
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Irish
right.
claim St.
Yeah,
Joseph too.
That's right. So yeah. So it's like I said. This I can't wait for Easter because I just want to go.
I know,
Woo!
that looks beautiful.
But it's just amazing, and she makes homemade pasta here for people. And on St. Joseph, she has the same konzer. We call it the konzer. I mean, you're more than welcome. I can go on all day about
Oh,
everything,
beautifully
and
put, those pastas.
I can go on all day. I'm looking forward Sunday to Aunt Margaret. Says Aunt Margaret, I'm going to come right away because then I got to go to Maley School because don't forget Mary Poppins is playing, and those
Right,
kids, 73 students, put their heart and soul to do Mary Poppins. So it's this 3 cast, and this mayor doesn't disappoint a child. I'm going to all 3 casts.
right.
So Sunday's the last cast. So I says, Aunt Margaret, I love you. I love St. Joseph, but I'll bring off what I have to bring off to the cast, and then I'll come eat. And then tonight's Sister Felicia, she has a private family gathering. And then on Tuesday, every other house that you know in Gloucester will have an open house, and we'll be having it cooking. And you just go to the houses and see the women and see the nobody's tired. I mean, they worked all the night before because you have to cook all of those different vegetables and legumes separate. And you have to be careful because if you leave them out, they can go bad. So you're watching it. So it's just amazing, and it's hard work. So they're getting up 3 o'clock in the morning, whoever owns that house, and starts doing all the cooking, and make sure the pasta's dry, and make sure it's this, and make sure it's that, and going all around, and make sure they have enough, and make sure they all got their Tupperware, and make sure they bring their recycle bags, and make sure that they're doing all that because we give a lot away.
Right.
Well, it's this beautiful combination of humility and gratitude. And it seems like all of this work leading up to the feast is just all about gratitude. And who can?
Absolutely.
Everybody needs gratitude. Everybody needs humility. We can learn so much from
You
this
know what?
festival.
That lemon and orange and bread.
That's a beautiful
that
tradition. I didn't know
reminds you
about
all that, yes, yeah.
Yeah, I love the lemon with the bitter
My
past.
grandmother would tell me too,
Yeah.
because every time she would get the lemon, she goes, "How many people are forgetting when we
Right.
always use lemon or
Right.
tea or this?" And she'd
Yeah.
sit there and laugh, and like I'll grate some lemon to put in cookies, and
Mm-hmm.
she's grating the lemon. She goes, "Do you remember?" And I'm going like, "You know why how we got the lemon, and you know why
Mm-hmm.
the lemon?" And she would remind me. She goes, "Did you forget your past?" I'm going like, does she know something I don't know? What about my past? And she says, no, I'm not talking about what you do with your friends. And she's saying, and she's right. As a mayor, you don't forget. Like someone says, you're always out there because you don't forget your past. I mean, I started off as a social service worker. I started off at the hospital. So yes, I had them in my office. Yes, I do that. Yes, I go to homes. No, nothing's changing. I may be your mayor. I have a great team. We lead the city, but that's that. And then the mayor likes to be hands-on, and I love to work with the people.
So what are we going to do with this amazing?
Get a spoon and dig in because I'm crying right
They
now.
call me Two Forks Kookaroo.
Yeah,
We do
right?
much more work
I'm
on
trying.
that.
Maria, hey Ken, you want a piece? You're gonna say hello to everyone? Yeah, you want a knife? You want a? You can.
Are you gonna cut that right now?
Yeah, we are. You. I
we're
want to
gonna-
just go like this. Are you
We're going to
kidding?
cut this.
I just
we're
want to
gonna
put my
cut this
finger
and
all
share
through
it.
and say
Is
tough.
everybody ready for a little bit of
no,
this?
A promise is a promise.
Zeppeli cake, phenomenal.
The Zeppeli cake.
Oh my God.
Don't ever do that in front of me
I
again.
bet people
'cause
are
that's
going to be wanting
dangerous.
this. I bet people are going to want this.
This is amazing. She's definitely going to make this for me for Easter, and definitely I want this for my birthday. This is my new birthday cake. This is it. This is it. Just put a candle in there, and I'm at heaven. Heaven.
Yeah. When we
Yeah.
started talking to Maria about doing the show down here, literally this hasn't been off of my mind for the last 2
Yeah.
weeks.
I know, you keep talking
She
about
kept
it.
saying, I got a surprise for you, because every year, like it starts off this one, and last year she made me two these size. And every year she says, you know what? She goes, I got a surprise for you. I'm going, don't do this to me. She knows I give it up. So that's why she goes, no, I got one that you're going to be happy.
So Maria, we could also move this. Cut the
Oh, yeah,
first
do
one.
whatever you need to
yeah,
do.
cut the first one, and then we can.
So it's about that.
Move
Thank you
it.
so much for
Oh,
taking
it's
the
my
time
pleasure.
today to do
It's
Thank
this.
you
my
for the
pleasure.
beautiful stories.
Yeah.
What a lovely thing.
This is torturous.
This is torturous, yes.
We wish everyone a lovely St. Joseph's.
But can I want you to try this. And when you try this, you'll realize this is not sugar. You'll think, oh, with all of that in it, it's so sweet, I'm not going to be able to eat it. It's not. This puff is not sugar. The pudding is not sugary. The ricotta is not sugar. We only add a little bit of sugar as the confectionery, the chocolate chips, and the cherries.
Oh my God.
Oh, no. Yeah. Happy birthday,
Try this
everyone.
thing.
Happy birthday. I want everyone to try it who's here.
Wow.
You got to come try a piece.
That's crazy.
We don't do anything small. What are you talking about, cut it small? Get a piece and cut it all yourselves. Get a fork. Jack, do we do anything small, Jack? Absolutely. Is Jack who used to own Palazzolas? He never did anything small. Jack, we don't do things small. Hi, sweetie. And if you look around the room, you know
Can we
this
move
this
this off
cafe
over?
always has different cultures, different people, and we all
Absolutely.
embrace. You know, it
Yes.
doesn't matter what time of day you're going to come in. I love coming in the summer because that's when tourists is, and you have Toodles, so she does a tour guide with the food.
Oh, right.
And I've always and it so happens
Cynthia.
when she has it, I'm here and she has that fork, and that huge fork, I'm going, I need it for this. And it's great, and I love meeting the tourists, and I love it. And don't get me wrong, every bakery we have in Gloucester makes a unique thing.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have their best thing. You know, Jim's Bagels making his, Virgilio makes theirs, everyone has cannolis. We're so fortunate in Gloucester, 'cause if one's closed, you just jump to the other.
No, it's true.
And then you have the ones who make the best scones. I mean, everyone is unique. We are so fortunate in Gloucester. Someone says, what's your favorite place? Gloucester. They're going to know what bakery? Gloucester. No matter where you go in
Can't go
Gloucester.
wrong.
You can't go. We have the best restaurants, the best bakeries, the best coffee. You want espresso, fine. You want a reggae. We're so lucky.
I
We're
know.
just so lucky because there's not a place in Gloucester that you can say, ooh, except
Right.
City Hall and
This
Durham
is
City Hall.
just a beautiful work
Sorry.
of art. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
I want to see your
Appreciate it.
expression. I want you to try a piece.
try
Get a
some?
bite.
Yeah, have
Yeah.
some.
Did you have a bite?
That's you? No,
No,
you
go
take a
ahead.
bite. Take a bite. We want to see how he likes
Hey, Ken,
it.
turn this way. Get in
We're
front.
breaking you into St. Joseph, Ken.
Oh, good. Oh my God. Where do I start with this
Yeah,
thing?
good luck.
Oh, see you Americans.
Yeah.
What? Look at this.
Dude,
Pull it
nice.
apart.
That would have been, that's done.
Head
Mitigani,
first.
they call it Mitigani. Ah, that a boy. Be Italian.
I'll just do this.
Yeah.
Nice
All
and nice.
right. Have a good day, everyone. I'm going to go cut this up.
All right,
for
thank you.
That was great.
Fatih,
So,
appreciate it.
Safatia, yeah, just
Yeah. There's the Zeppeli. Thank you, Ken.
Oh, it fell on me.
That was awesome.
Oh, it
Beautiful.
fell on me. Maria,
Well,
dai
that
che
was
lo
something.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks, Safatia, for being on.
And if you're just tuning in, folks, you are watching our first talk show here we're doing with 1623 Studios here at Cafe Cecilia. And with, of course, Mayor Thakin. We really appreciate her being here, as well as Ken Hecht. So, fire away. Let us know what you think. Send comments our way. We hope to do this every couple of weeks or so. In fact, I think we're going to be in Magnolia in 2 weeks. We'll have more on that in a bit. But in the meantime, I can tell you, as far as we have a big weekend coming up here in town. We have St. Patty's Day, of course, and
St.
St.
Patrick's
Joseph's
Day.
Day. St. Patrick's Day.
St.
She's
Patrick's
corrected me
Day
like
for
5
the
times
Irish.
about this. Yeah. So we've spent a lot of time on St. Joseph's.
Right.
I'll actually be spending that with my family this weekend.
Yeah.
We do all the traditional foods and everything. But we don't also,
Well, St.
you are
Patrick's Day.
Irish.
I'm
so we'd like
Irish.
to know, we want the St. Patrick's side of what the
Right.
weekend's all about.
So mine's a little more
I'm sorry, I forgot
simplistic.
to tell you
Yeah.
that on the ones who know
Come in here.
Nina Groppo on Bass Ave, Saturday morning, she's going to have anyone who has children that want to learn how to make the pasta. It's open house.
Oh, really?
Yes, she's great. I mean, talk about talk about love.
Yeah.
You'll see half of Sicily there. So it's great, but the little kids watch the expression. They really, really hands-on, get dirty flour.
That's cool.
Where's
So if
that
you have
again?
a child, it's Nina Groppo's house.
At the
It's
Groppo's on Bass
corner
Ave, yeah.
on Bass Ave. It's the corner of Mondello Square and
Yep.
Bass Ave.
Oh, yeah,
That house,
sure.
You'll
Yeah.
see all the
You'll
cars.
see the
Bring
cars.
your child and go get dirty.
Yeah, that's great. Awesome.
Thank you.
All right, Maureen. So St. Patrick's. So what is your...
St. Patrick's Day for us, as growing up Irish Catholic in a big family. I have 6 siblings, and for us it was the Irish way. So talk about humility and gratitude. That's what we celebrate too on St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
But very subtle. So very quiet, very subtle in our family anyway. Not your traditional American way of
Americanized version of it?
celebrating St. Patty's
You're not doing
Day.
the green beer and
No, in fact.
keg stands at church and all that?
No,
like I do?
no. We had a statue of St. Patrick. We, had, we didn't do corned beef and cabbage, everybody. We didn't do that because my mother didn't like it, and I don't cook it now because I'm a vegetarian. So no corned beef and cabbage for me. But for a lot of people, it is just a day of reflection, a day of engaging with our Irish heritage. And for a lot of Irish people, it's a heritage of struggle, of pain. And so I really appreciate the lemon
Right.
image for St. Joseph's because we had our own struggles in Irish history, and my grandmother's Irish. She came over in 1888, and she settled in Boston, and she had a very difficult life here. So, but she never forgot her Irish citizenship. She never gave up her Irish citizen. She was an illegal alien, or legal alien, not
yeah,
illegal alien, but she was a legal alien. And for us, I always make Irish soda bread. I carry on traditions. When I was little, we would have to wear our Irish sweaters, always had green on or white, no orange. But it's still a wonderful reflection for me.
That's great. So you'll be doing this
as
with
an
family
Irish
this
American.
weekend?
Yes.
Yep.
So on Sunday we'll have potatoes. We'll always have our potatoes.
The staple.
Yeah. Well, that's symbolic for us too because of the famine. But yeah, we make our Irish soda bread, thoughtfulness,
Yeah.
sing a few Irish tunes.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
We have someone at the table, Maureen.
We do have someone at the table.
We should have
Thank you,
like a
Paul.
little bell ring or something, or like a
I
door
know.
knock or something.
I wasn't ignoring you, Paul.
No, that's
but
great.
Honestly.
I like to hear about Irish people.
So Paul Cotrera, welcome Paul to.
Thank you,
we've
Paul.
got issues, and
Working
we all
tight.
have
Want to hear my issues?
yeah, we do want to hear your issues. Paul, I know you from the Gloucester Writers Center. You're on the board of the Gloucester Writers Center, but you also have roots here in Gloucester. You've been away all the way to California for many years, and now you're back. Can you tell me a little bit about what you did here, where you went, and how you came back?
Yeah, well, I actually was born in Salem and moved up to Gloucester when I think it was the mid-'70s. and lived here for about 15 years until 1990 when I left. But I used to manage the Cape Ann Food Co-op, which used to be a thriving little natural food store here, but it's kind of went the way of whatever. And I left in 1990 and ended up kind of going west and working in cooperatives kind of across the country, and ending up in Sacramento and managing a co-op there. And about 5 years ago, all of a sudden it hit me that I was not a Californian and that I really missed Gloucester. One day I was watching an Italian soccer.
Well, we need a mic on you, Paul?
Okay.
That's okay.
Here, we'll just speak right into that.
Okay.
Sorry, is that okay?
Oh yeah, it's
All
fine.
right.
It's like
The
it's
fun of
staring me
being
right in
live.
the eye.
The fun
Yeah.
of being live and being
Yeah,
mic'd
normally I
up.
would just hold the phone closer to you, but now this is way better.
So one day I was in Sacramento. It was a Sunday morning. I had this tradition of watching Italian soccer on TV. And then at the halftime of these soccer programs, they always had broadcasts from some Italian community somewhere around the world. And I was sitting there watching it, and all of a sudden I realized it was the Cafe Sicilia. They were broadcasting from here, and I thought, Gloucester, you just can't get away from it. And it started to hit me. I had to come home, and so I retired about 2 years ago, and I came back here, and I decided that I wanted to be within walking distance of the Cafe Sicilia.
That's
and
amazing.
luckily found a house 2 blocks from here, and came back, and just
And here you are.
Yeah, just been enjoying being able to come down here and have an actual espresso. I mean, in 20 years in California, I did not find one espresso that was worth drinking.
It's amazing,
So,
right?
Yeah,
I was out in
so,
California for years too. Yeah. Couldn't find one.
Yeah.
So is this so your go? Are you just here daily now, and your go-to is
Yeah,
an
I pretty much
espresso
get
when it's
down here
going or
every day.
something? Or?
Yeah, biggest decision of my day is what time do I come down here for an espresso.
Right.
Well, did we get you down here early
A
this
little
morning?
early, yeah. I'm not a real morning person.
Can we interest you in some Zeppeli cake?
Yeah, here's an extra.
Yeah, now, I tell you, the Gloucester Sicilians are.
I'm actually going to have
I
one.
mean, I grew up in a Sicilian family in Salem, but it was nothing as intense as this.
Yeah, it's
So what's the
pretty
difference?
hardcore here.
I think it's because.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
Did you try this yet?
I've had 20 of these in my life.
my God.
I actually ordered an entire cake to pick up tomorrow morning because we're going to celebrate St. Joseph's.
This is wonderful.
Tomorrow
It's
afternoon at Parents'
magnificent.
house.
So
I think the difference, I don't know, the neighborhood I grew up in Salem, it was the Italian neighborhood, but it wasn't all Sicilian. It was Italian from all around Italy, mostly southern Italy.
and
but
your family is from
my
Sicily.
grandparents were all Sicilian. I mean, I'm 100%. One of the things I love about this place is that, I grew up in a household where Sicilian dialect was spoken by my grandmother and aunts and uncles, and then I haven't heard it for years. But you come in here every morning, whenever I'm in here, people, it's like I can
Right.
just tune in, and it's so beautiful. But I think it's just much more intense. Almost everyone in this town is almost from the same town in Sicily, from Terracini. There's so much community here, and because of the fishing heritage, I think it brings people, it brought so many people together because they were all involved in the same industry. It's just much more intense here. I mean, I feel almost like an outsider, even though I lived here for so long, because I wasn't really brought up here. I mean, I've never been to all these St. Joseph altars or whatever. It's all somewhat of a mystery to me.
Yeah.
This is the year for you.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, there's room on the
Hit
bus.
the altars.
So sometimes
They
they're
get
on the
up.
Cata bus later on. You can do that if you like. Yeah. So are you currently writing anything now, or
Am I running anything?
Right.
now? Oh, writing anything
the
now?
Gloucester Writer Center.
Not that much. When I was younger, I used to write a lot,
Yeah.
and then my brain got taken over by business.
Yeah.
And so no, not that much. Occasionally. But the Writer Center, it's one of the other reasons I came back here is because I knew about the Writer Center. I knew Henry and Andy who founded it, and really liked what I heard was going on. And as soon as I came back, I got involved. So, yeah.
and for full disclosure, I'm on the Writer Center board.
Oh,
so
you are?
I am, yes.
shameless plug?
Sorry. Well, that's how I know Paul. And Paul and I have some beautiful, wonderful mutual friends
Yeah,
who
yeah.
are also back in Gloucester. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
people
the
come
hope
back.
is, Paul, now that we'll actually be back here every few months or so. Hopefully the series takes off, and we'd love to have you back,
Sure.
And
Yeah.
just catch up, and maybe share an espresso with you, and not weigh you down with the Zeppeli.
You better take a little bit of this home.
There's
Yeah,
plenty to
sure.
go around.
We went to
Okay.
Fishtails tonight.
Okay.
Do you eat the bista?
Did I
St.
want?
Joseph's spice? Do you eat the spaghetti?
Like I say, that wasn't a tradition in Salem. I mean, it's kind of hearing the mayor talking about it, I was like, God, that's been going on here.
Yeah.
And I lived here for
Yeah.
Thank you.
almost 20 years and never knew about it. So, yeah. I used to sell, when I was at the co-op, we started, during St. Peter's one year, I had this idea we were going to have this special. We were going to sell our Pecorino Romano cheese at a really good sale price. And we used to hardly sell any of it. I mean, there weren't a lot of Sicilians coming to the co-op. And we put an ad in the paper, and a fight almost broke out in the store. I mean, it was like, we put, like, I don't know, it was like 10 pounds of cheese. It was all gone within 5 minutes, and a bunch of women down there fighting over eating the cheese. And I had to drive
our
in.
food seriously.
I had to drive into Everett and buy 18 wheels of cheese and bring it back and have it ready for them. It was crazy. So, and that was sort of my first exposure to the intensity of the Sicilian experience here in Gloucester.
Yeah. So you've traveled to Italy quite a lot. And
Yeah.
you've got some favorite spots?
Well, I still have relatives in Sicily, so I usually visit them, and then I spend a lot of time in Rome. Rome is, kind of, if I closed my eyes and lived in a fantasy life, it would be in Rome. But my cousins in Sicily, like I say, I see them all, every couple of years I try to go there. So it's, it's a very small town. So on the other side of Sicily, from where everyone in Gloucester is from, everyone around here is usually close to Palermo. My relatives are close to Siragusa. It's a very small town, not a lot going on, but it feels like home. So,
Yeah, I've yet to go, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't yet, but it's on. I mean, obviously, it's on the list.
It changed my life. The first time I went there was about 45 years ago, and I've never been the same
And
since.
what's interesting, so a friend of mine just returned from Terracini and said that she was just like sort of traipsing through the cemeteries there, and it was just like the cemeteries here. It was Favazza, Cupro, Palazzolo. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
That's what it was like when I went to Ireland, when I reconnected with my family in Ireland, and everyone looked the same as me. Everyone talked the same as me with an Irish accent, but there was just this familiarity that you can't quite ever forget. It just, you're absorbed into it to say, this is my place. These are my people.
Yeah.
And that was really a remarkable experience for me to see my family, to learn more about who I am and where I'm from.
Right.
So.
Well, maybe we can talk 1623 Studios into doing a show abroad someday. Not a
Eric,
bad
did you
idea?
hear that?
Yeah, it was the same experience. I never knew my grandfather because he went back to Sicily before I was born, and I didn't know. I guess I looked like him. And the first time I went to that little town, I'd be walking down the street, and neighbors were pointing to their nose, and I didn't know what they meant. I didn't know what was going on. And my cousin said, "It's your grandfather's nose." They remember him, and they're pointing. You have the nose.
Yeah, so
over
they were
That's
they
really
were
cool.
recognizing you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's
it
this
changes
instant
you, yeah.
connection. Like you recognize people and they recognize you, and then it's different when you go back to places of origin.
Yeah.
And that's what makes the United States such an amazing place, is that we have access to Italy here. We have access to Ireland. We have access to the Finns and the Swedes and
Right. Well, when I'm elsewhere,
Scandinavian.
and people have learned that I'm Italian or Sicilian, they don't believe it at all. But then here, it's you're a Kukli. They got red hair. There's certain families have the red
Yeah.
hair.
It's the Norman influence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. People. My grandmother was blonde and blue eyes, and no one said, "Well, how was she Sicilian?" I said, "Well, it's the Normans. I mean, everyone conquered Sicily at one point, so there's a lot of different influence."
Right. Amazing.
Well, I've been to Italy, but I've never been to Sicily.
It's,
So I
it's
guess
like
that's
another
on my
country.
list.
Yeah. Jot that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's it's changed over the years. It's all becoming a little bit more homogenized, but
Yeah.
you definitely you cross the Straits of Messina, you get on that island, and it's a different place. Like as the mayor was saying, the language is completely different. It's different from different parts of the island to other parts. My mother's family was from Messina. My father's from near Siragusa.
Yeah.
They spoke a different dialect. And when my mother went with my father to Sicily the first time, my cousins laughed at my father. They said, "You told her she was Sicilian. We can't understand a word she's saying," because her family was from maybe 100 miles away and spoke a
Right.
different dialect.
My mother's family was from Messina as well. Pino.
Yeah. Pino?
Yep. P-I-N-O,
I
yep.
have a cousin, Pino. Yeah,
You know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I know. We're probably
You guys are
Find
related.
out. Yeah. You were the other guy at the end of the dining room table. Yeah. All those years. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, Paul, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks,
we really
Paul.
appreciate it. Great stories
Yeah.
to share. We definitely want to have
Yeah.
you back again.
Okay.
And thanks for spending some time with us. So, thanks. Good?
Yes.
All right,
yes.
folks.
Thanks, Paul.
I think
I'll take
now
it.
that's a wrap. The first episode, we're going to be at Sherry's Corner Cafe in 2 weeks' time. So we think Friday, March 29th. You can catch us right around 10 a.m. there. Our special guest will be Ward Councilor Sean Nolan, and from Good Morning Gloucester, Donna Artizzoni. And we're going to show off all their goods there too. It's at the corner of Lexington Avenue. So join us for that. We want to thank Cafe Cecilia for having us here today. So that is Nina and Dominic D'Amico and Maria and Giuseppe Cracciolo. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Viva
much.
Court, thanks for the Zeppeli. Get your orders in for St. Joseph's now.
And Heike Rudla behind the counter, too.
Yes.
And I'd like to thank everyone from 1623 Studios crew. We've got Lisa Smith, who's our producer, Jim Capillo, the director, our camera people, Eric Archer, Cam Murray, and David Lufkin. And
our PA Alana just joined us.
PA Alana Horn.
Yeah.
And special thanks at the studio to Becky Tober.
Yes, who's helping make this machine run today, which is great.
Great. I'm Maureen Elward. We look forward to seeing you on the next show.
And I'm Corey Kukru. Thanks for watching We've Got Issues. We don't know. You let us know, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Thanks, folks.
Take care.
Zeppeli.